The aftermath of Brexit, a monumental decision that sent shockwaves across the European political landscape, has been tumultuous for the United Kingdom. The historic referendum held in 2016 saw a slim majority of Britons voting to leave the European Union (EU), triggering a series of complex negotiations and political shifts that continue to reverberate through the country's social, economic, and political fabric. Before continuing with the video, I invite you to subscribe to our channel. We are just starting, and it helps us a lot. Thank you. Fast forward almost 7 years and 4 prime ministers later, public sentiment appears to have undergone a significant transformation regarding Brexit. Recent polling data from reputable sources such as YouGov and Ipsos reflect a growing sense of regret and disillusionment among the British populace regarding the decision to leave the EU. According to the latest YouGov poll published just last week, a clear majority of 53% of respondents expressed a belief that the UK was wrong to leave the EU. This sentiment marks a notable shift from the 32% who still maintain support for Brexit. Ipsos polling conducted in January further underscored this trend, revealing that a significant portion of the population, around 45%, now believes that Brexit has had a detrimental impact on their daily lives. In contrast, only 11% of respondents felt that Brexit had brought about improvements. These statistics paint a picture of a nation grappling with the consequences of a decision that has divided communities, strained diplomatic relations, and sparked economic uncertainties. The complexities of disentangling from a decades-long partnership with the EU have become increasingly apparent, leading many to question the wisdom and feasibility of Brexit. Key issues such as trade disruptions, regulatory challenges, border complications, and immigration policies have come to the forefront, fueling debates and discussions across the political spectrum. Protracted negotiations, coupled with the uncertainty surrounding future relationships with EU member states and other global partners, have contributed to a sense of unease and regret among a significant portion of the British population. The sentiment of regret surrounding Brexit has been reinforced by recent polls, shedding light on a growing consensus among the British public regarding perceived failures and challenges associated with the decision to leave the EU. A comprehensive poll conducted by Focal Data and Unheard at the end of last year surveyed approximately 10,000 respondents nationwide, are rallying that 54% either strongly agree or mildly agree with the statement that Britain was wrong to leave the EU. The poll's findings highlight a significant shift in public opinion, with only 28% of respondents expressing disagreement with the notion that leaving the EU was a misstep for the country. These sentiments were echoed across a majority of parliamentary constituencies in Great Britain, with the exception of the East Midlands coastal constituency of Boston and Skess, which notably recorded higher disagreement with the statement. This constituency, known for its strong pro-Brexit stance in the 2016 referendum, remains an outlier in an otherwise evolving national sentiment. The repercussions of Brexit extend beyond public opinion to tangible economic indicators and political dynamics. Forecasts suggest that the UK economy is poised to be the worst performer among G20 nations over the next 2 years, exacerbating existing challenges such as a cost of living crisis and political turbulence within the Conservative government. As Prime Minister Rishi Sunak ruling party faces a significant gap in public support, trailing behind the main opposition, Labour Party, by more than 20 points in public polls ahead of the upcoming general election in 2020. For the ramifications of Brexit continue to shape the country's political landscape. Ainan Menon, director of the UK in a Changing Europe initiative and professor of European politics and foreign affairs at King's College London, identifies 2 crucial shifts in public attitudes towards Brexit. Firstly, there is a growing disillusionment with the government's handling of Brexit, even among Leave voters who now perceive it as a failure of governance. Secondly, there is a rising recognition among both Leave and other voters of the negative economic impact stemming from Brexit, further contributing to a sense of regret and dissatisfaction. Building upon the previous context and background on Brexit regret, let's delve into the evolving narrative surrounding Brexit's impact on the economy and its shifting perception among the British public. Ainan Menon's analysis provides crucial insights into the multifaceted repercussions of Brexit on the UK's economic landscape. He notes that Brexit's adverse effects on the economy became noticeable in early 2020, shortly after the UK officially left the EU. However, these impacts were somewhat obscured by the unprecedented challenges posed by the COVID-19 pandemic, which consumed global attention and resources. Various industries ranging from farming and fishing to car manufacturing and pharmaceuticals have since underscored the challenges they face. Directly as a consequence of Brexit, these difficulties have unfolded over the past few years, contributing to a broader narrative of economic strain and disruption. Menon's observations further highlight a nuanced shift in perception of Brexit's economic impact. While Brexit undoubtedly plays a role in the UK's economic challenges, including its comparatively weak performance among G7 economies, longer-term factors and policy decisions also come into play. The austerity measures implemented during David Cameron's tenure, which contributed to stagnation in living standards, are seen as additional factors fueling discontent and shaping the Brexit vote. In conclusion, the aftermath of Brexit has left a lasting impact on the United Kingdom, shaping public sentiment, economic realities, and political dynamics in profound ways. From the initial decision in 2016 to the present day, nearly 7 years later, the trajectory of Brexit has evolved from a polarizing referendum to a complex narrative of regret, economic challenges, and shifting perceptions. Recent polling data illustrates a notable shift in public sentiment, with a growing majority expressing regret over the decision to leave the EU. This sentiment is mirrored in concerns about economic performance, as forecasts predict a challenging road ahead for the UK economy compared to its global counterparts. And Menon's analysis sheds light on the intertwined factors influencing public opinion on Brexit, from economic struggles exacerbated by the decision to broader shifts in political alliances and priorities. While Brexit's economic impact is acknowledged, longer-term factors and policy decisions also play a role, contributing to a nuanced understanding of the challenges facing the country as Brexit continues to be redefined in the public consciousness. With a shift towards economic debates and broader national concerns, a path forward remains complex political narratives, ongoing challenges like food shortages and rising prices, and the evolving public discourse will continue to shape perceptions and policy directions related to Brexit in the years to come. Please subscribe to our channel, and thanks for watching.